Hello, my lovely people, welcome to finally part 7 of Never Give Up. I hope the long wait was worth it. I didn't plan to keep you guys waiting for so long. For once my absence wasn't due to mental health struggles or other bad reasons, for once it was for a happy reason. But anyway, I work on a project that will hopefully not take too long. I worked in my vacations on it. It is something that Nerdy Nakoma did before. What do you think it could be? Hope you will enjoy. Kiyomi, SakuAtsuIwaOi Kiyo? I don't know. Well, anyway, enjoy. A few weeks passed, and the four of them grew closer again. Kiyomi and Toru went often to the gym of the MSBY Black Jackals team together, while Iwaizumi and Itsumo stayed in the apartment. They always set up the net together. They began to warm up. The atmosphere between them was in the first few times tense. They didn't talk much, and if they did, it was just a short conversation and mostly about volleyball. Sakusa, I think we should try to get along better. Iwa told me yesterday that Sumu is worried. I want you to know how very sorry I am for all of this. I never meant to cost you pain. I never wanted to fall in love with Sumu. But I did, and I can't change it anymore. I know that, Toru. It's just I am so afraid of losing it. So, and when he told me he had feelings for you, I thought he fell out of love with me. If I could change my feelings for you, I would. I want to fall in love with you and Iwa, but I don't know how. And it scares me. I'm the one who will lose the most if it fails. I know what you mean. I was scared at first too. When Iwa told me that he loves you, I thought that you are so different from me. I was scared that he would see that you are better than I am. Toru, that is not true. You are good the way you are. And Iwa loves you because you are honest and always happy, and that you are stubborn. Thanks, Kiyomi. I know that now. But Sumo will always choose you over me and Iwa. And that scares me shitless. He isn't only my best friend anymore. If I'm losing him now, it will hurt so much more. Kiyomi smiled at the setter and finally relaxed a bit. At least I'm not alone with my fear. Iwa and Sumo are scared too. They handle it just a bit better than us. It may help to fall in love with me if you let me in. I want to love you too. It would make things so much easier if I could love you. Then let's do something other than volleyball. What do you want to do? An arcade? No, you don't like crowds. Maybe go watch a movie? Kiyomi smiled at the setter. He found it fascinating how Toru worried about his phobia. People were normally not so understandable that he did not want to go under many people. But the older one, like Itsumo, seemed to understand right away how he felt. Well, they used to spend a lot of time together, so everything changed, but Kiyomi had never noticed that Toru also paid attention to his aversion to crowded places. Let's go watch a movie. Atsu told me you love alien movies. We can watch Avatar. That counts as alien, right? Yes, that counts. We should go shower and then go. Yeah, I will tell it so that it will be late for us. Toru began to clear away the net while Kiyomi called his beloved. The setter had a conversation with Iwaizumi in which he realized that it was not enough just to play together to get closer. He had to try to win the spiker's heart. Toru knew deep in his heart that if he allowed himself to fall in love with the black-haired man, Kiyomi and Iwaizumi were quite similar. After both were showered, they went together to the cinema that was closest. When they were waiting to buy tickets, he noticed that Kiyomi was not feeling well because there were many people in the queue. Toru looked around and saw that one of the ticket machines was free. He got in line out of habit. He liked to talk to the employees or occasionally to a stranger who was also in the line. Kiyomi, let's go buy the tickets over there at the machine. Toru grabbed the other's hand without thinking and pulled him to the free ticket machine. Kiyomi looked as Toru was lost something he had to enter. After a minute, after the setter was already annoyed and cursing in Argentinian, Kiyomi pushed him aside. He entered the language and then they could choose the movie. The younger one could see how Toru was red in the face. He assumed it was because he was embarrassed. Are these seats good? Or do you want different? Toru looked at the screen for a while and clicked on 2 seats that were a little more to the side, but there were no others next to them. Those are better. Then we can be alone. But you like to talk to people before the movie starts? Yeah, I do, but you like it more if you have some distance to others? But how do you know that I like to talk to others before? Iwa told me a while ago. And I guess Tsumo told you that I don't like sitting by the other visitors? No? I just guessed that. I mean, you don't like to socialize, and in cinemas are kids and talkative people like me? We can take the better seats. I do not mind. No, I want to sit alone with you. And besides, I can talk to you. Kiyomi confirmed the seats Toru had chosen. He paid immediately, which made Toru pout. Hi, I wanted to pay. Kiyomi smiles because the pouty face looked so cute. He ruffled through the brown hair. You can buy the drinks and the snacks. Fine, but the next time I will pay for the tickets? What are you? A kid? Fine, next time I can pay the tickets and I will pay for the drinks and snacks. The two took the tickets and went to the entrance. They bought popcorn and something to drink. Toru bought the things and the two went to the toilet. When they finally sat in the hall and watched the commercial, they realized it was less strange than they thought. Toru made his usual remark about how much sense a weaving made, and Kiyomi even had to laugh at some of them. I am glad we are doing this together. It's fun to spend time alone with you. I am also having more fun than I expected. I don't know if I can ever love you, but what I do know is that the 4 of us will make this relationship work. I also believe that we will make it. May I speak frankly with you without you getting angry? Kiyomi hesitated for a moment. He nodded, even if he was not sure if he would manage not to get angry. That would depend on what Toru would say. Go ahead. I think you already have feelings for Iwa, but you just haven't realized it yourself or simply haven't accepted it. What makes you think that? It's the way you look at him. How do I look at him? Have you ever seen how Iwa looks at Atsu? He nodded slowly. You look similar. As if you are afraid to admit the feelings. As if something is keeping you from loving him openly? I understand you. Well, it's hard to admit to yourself the feelings for your best friend. I have gone through it twice. Maybe you're right. I mean, I think if I had met Iwa before Atsu, I would have fallen in love with him. But now I'm not sure if the feelings I have for him are really love. I mean, if I did. He was interrupted when the lights went out and the movie started. Toru sat up straight and looked at the screen. When the film became more exciting, Toru slid closer to Kiyomi. As Toru's tears fell when the Avatar children were in danger, Kiyomi grabbed his hand to give him some comfort. As the scenes grew sadder and Toru began to cry more, he pulled him close and put his arm around Toru. Are you all right? We can go if it's too much? Kiyomi asked in a whisper. No, it's okay. It's just so sad but beautiful at the same time. Toru snuggled up to Kiyomi. For a moment, it felt to the setter almost as if they were on a real date. Kiyomi kissed him on the head to calm him down a bit. The movie ended soon and they had to leave. On the way home, the two were still holding hands. When Toru suddenly remembered what they were talking about before the movie started, he stopped abruptly, which confused the younger a bit. Toru, what happened? You wanted to say something about your feelings for Iwa before the film started? He thought for a moment until it came back to him. Ah yes, I meant to say, I'm not sure if this feeling is really love. I mean it's different from what I feel for Atsu. How is it different? I mean I don't love Tsumu and Iwa in the same way either. I mean while I have more of a gentle love for Tsumu, with Iwa it's more like a burning one. I have no idea what you mean. Toru thought for a moment. He was not sure how to put his feelings into the right words. With Iwa, it is always very heated. We often argue because we often drive each other up the wall. While I and Tsumu are always gentle with each other. I and Tsumu rarely fight because we calm down first and then talk about the problem. I can't explain it any better. No, I think I understand. While you love when it's a little rougher with Iwa, you love the softer side with Atsu. Yeah, exactly. But that doesn't mean that I don't love Iwa's soft side and Tsumu's rougher side as well. Can you help me find out my feelings? And I think it's for the best if Iwa doesn't know yet. I don't want to get his hope up if it turns out that I don't love him. Fine. I will keep it to myself. I will help you, but you have to be honest with me, otherwise, I can't help. Yes, promised? Come, let's go back to the apartment. The others are probably already waiting for us. I think Atsu must be worried already. I didn't know that the movie would go over 3 hours. Don't worry about it. Iwa is with him. He must have known I wanted to see Avatar. Besides, Iwa is very good at reassuring people. Kiyomi relaxed. He smiled at Toru and walked together toward his apartment. Toru realized at that moment that he was also beginning to fall in love with Kiyomi. He knew that he could not reveal his feelings at the present moment, so he said nothing and kept them to himself. When they finally arrived at the apartment, they found something that made Toru's heart skip a beat. Tsumu slept in the lap of Iwaizumi. He ran one hand through his blonde hair and the other lay on Tsumu's stomach. Toru smiled at his two lovers and smiled. He walked over to the two and kissed Iwaizumi on the lips, a gentle and affectionate kiss. He then looked down at the peacefully sleeping Tsumu. He leaned down and kissed his cheeks. Kiyomi had gotten used to seeing the two of them together over time and had a problem with them kissing. Even if the two were very considerate and did not make out in front of him, it would not bother him anymore. The feeling he always had was not jealousy. He still couldn't put a name to it, but it was the same one he had just now when he saw Toru kissing Iwaizumi. Was the movie good? He cried, like a lot. To be fair, it was very sad. He cries a lot during movies? Toru began to sulk. The other two started laughing lightly. They tried not to wake the sleeping beauty. The movie was good and I think we got closer. Yeah, we did. He even held me while I was crying. That's my big softy. Heart from the outside, but if he lets you in his soft like ice cream? The three had to laugh at the half-asleep spoken words. My love, shall I bring you to bed? Yes, carry me, baby. Kiyomi leaned down and lifted his beloved into his arms. We should be going. See you guys soon. You can stay here. I mean it is pretty late and we have a spare room. You sure? Yeah. And besides Atsu would be happy to spend the day with all four of us. Then can we go on a date? I want to go on a date with my boys. Yeah, let's go on a friendly date. Are you sure you are fine with it? Yes. It's not like we never did this before. Iwaizumi's smile looked sad and happy at the same time. Toru, of course, noticed this immediately and took his longtime lover in his arms. Let's go to sleep, I'm tired. Yes, let's talk tomorrow about what we want to do. Sleep well. Toothbrushes Atsumu has put down a while ago for you. The two couples separated and went to their sleeping rooms. When Toru was ready for bed, he lay down on the bed and thought about the day. He had a lot of fun with the spiker. They harmonized not only on the court but also off the court if they only tried. Toru loved the blush on Kiyomi's cheeks when he did something that caught him off guard. Like when it took into account his phobia of crowded places. Or when he took his hand for the first time. 1 penny for your thoughts. Hold me, baby. What happened between you and Kiyo? When you left in the morning, you almost couldn't look at each other and then you came home holding hands. And Kiyo never wanted us to sleep here no matter how late it was. We have talked for a long time and we understand each other better now. I now understand what he is so afraid of and he understands that I never wanted him to get hurt. I think he has also finally understood that it is okay to let us back into his life. Toru snuggled up to his beloved, who immediately hugged him tightly. He kissed him softly on the head and patted him on the back. But that's not everything that happened today. Right? No? I think I'm starting to love Kiyomi too. My heart does this stupid thing every time he approaches me. I want to tell him but I know he's not ready for that yet. He's still figuring out how the whole polyamorous relationship is supposed to work. He can't handle the feelings of someone else. I understand you. I want to get forward with him but I don't want to overwhelm him. Let's just sleep for today and we will see in time what will become of our feelings. Iwaizumi hummed in agreement. He kissed Toru and closed his eyes. Unfortunately, we have already reached the end of part 7. In the next part, you will see what Sumo and Iwaizumi have achieved in their friendship. After that, there will certainly be a 9th part, but after that, I do not know how many more parts there will be. Write me in the comments about how many you want. I have an Instagram account where I will make updates and where I will upload smut scenes. Omis_Itsu99. Join my Discord server. I'm occasionally in the voice channel. If I am in the voice channel I will announce it on Insta. Link is in the description. I apologize for the grammatical errors. Write me a comment how you liked the story. Don't forget to follow. If someone wants a video, please let me know it. I will try to write your ideas as best as possible.